I can very confidently say that this movie is perfect, so let's talk Malignant. There's a type of movie that just classifies itself automatically in my head as being totally perfect. Malignant is one of those, and to be honest, even the first hour of the movie, I find pretty dull. The monster, as they start to be revealed, is kind of creaky. The twists that you start seeing are meh. Some of the acting in the first hour gets pretty cringe. Throughout, there's some acting that's a little bit cringe. Overall, the first hour, you're a little worried. But here's the thing, after the first hour, the movie just goes wild. And you know what? This might be a sentiment that is only understood by people who really love movies, and by that I mean that, and you're always seeking the movie to be excited about. This might just resonate with you. If a movie goes full out wild, then I can't help but forgive all of the mistakes that it makes. And I think that the reason for that is that Hollywood has a tendency to stagnate. It just does, and more so than I would say other art forms do. I was talking to a critic last week. He was saying that it's a shame that money is such a part of what happens in Hollywood, and it's such a part of movies. And I get the sentiment behind it, especially with the strike going on, but also like it's just a matter of reality, especially with Hollywood. I mean, everything that it takes to make a movie is a literal production. So yeah, it's really expensive. It's just a reality, and that can cause the industry to stagnate a bit. It can become hard to find what is exciting in movies whenever Hollywood goes through a phase of stagnation. And I think we're going through a phase of stagnation now, and there's always that danger. So to get a movie that goes absolutely wild, I think, is always a good thing. For the person watching, it's exciting in that moment, and if you want to, broaden that out, it's exciting if it succeeds, because then that means that we can try more dangerous things, and you can try more exciting ways of telling stories whenever a movie that goes wild succeeds. It's movies like American Psycho, movies like Antichrist, pretty much everything Lars von Trier does, anything that Gaspar Noé does, Mother, Sorry to Bother You, or Brazil, and they go completely wild in telling their story. If you're willing to do that, and you do that with a story, and you are able to land the plane in the end, I don't care if the first hour of your movie is dull. But if a movie's gonna connect, it has to connect emotionally, and for a movie to connect emotionally, it does it through total technical means. And when you play with those technical means, you play with camera movement, editing, color, a bunch of styles, like what someone's willing to accept in terms of huge twists and turns and what a character is actually doing. Like when you mess with all that stuff, you change the emotional connection. So playing with the types of things that Malignant is playing with is just kind of testing, like, what is it that's going to work? And a movie that does that gets total forgiveness. It's like what was going on with Francois Truffaut and Jean-Luc Godard during the French New Wave. You're getting movies like Breathless. You're getting movies like The 400 Blows, Day and Night. Movies that at the time people are like, whoa, these movies are freaking weird. But it ushered in the movies of the 50s, 60s, 70s, help make movies what they are today. If you love movies and you go with something like that, movies that go totally wild are fun because you get to see, wow, people can do this type of stuff with a movie and it still works. It's fun to see innovation happen like that. It's one of the most exciting things that you can see. Even more exciting than just a perfectly fine movie that does what most movies do when they land the plane. There's a chance that if you don't love the way that that sounds, that you might not like it. But also, you know what? I really think there's a chance that you are going to like it. And if you love movies, then I think that this has virtue in it for what it's trying to do. And for that, it deserves all of our respect. So thank you very much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to 5 Minute Critic for future updates on reviews and movie news.